You're highly welcome to this year's CBN fair. Indeed, you all are looking very wonderful. Yes, I can see how ready we are today for not just a lecture, but a moment where we will be discussing our money, our bank, and the future of economy. I can assure you that this will be one of the best place you've been in a while. And when you live here, we will go home with a lot of knowledge about all what we need in our dear country. Turn to your neighbor. Let's have a teaser. Turn to your neighbor. Turn to your neighbor. Okay, wait. Coppers we. Coppers we. We. Ah, I for call now white fowl, but now don't graduate. Another white fowl did there, Abby. uh Now, I wouldn't want to tag this particular side as probably the student or whatever, but I can look at you and I know these are people without carryovers. Carryover shogun. You don't know? All right. On a quick one, should in case you want to visit the convenient, please, the ladies, to avoid, what do they call them? To avoid crash. Uh-huh. Now understand now. Eh? Ladies are always ladies are always ladies are always. So if you are going to the convenience as a lady, just know that ladies are always. Then you go to your. Now, quick one. Is it your right or my right or your left or my left? Eh? My own right. So ladies are always. No. All right. For the gent, please, you go this way, right? You can use this door, right? And for the ladies, okay, for the gent, this way. For the ladies, this way. So, ladies, you are always right. As I said, you are. Yes. Now, talk to your neighbor and say, neighbor, neighbor, how are you? Neighbor, neighbor, are you ready for the CBN fair? Now, sir, I used to enjoy one privilege as an MC. Wherever I see, most importantly, members of the forces, because that's the only time I have the opportunity to talk to them. Because if I use the mic, I'll say, sir, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor. And for the sake of the microphone, power bestow on me. But after here, sir, I will never dare it. I will never tell you, look at your right or look at your left. You're highly welcome, sir. Sir, God bless you, sir. Sir, smile for me small now so that my mind go deep. All right, God bless you, sir. Now, see, soldier don't slap you before. That's by the way. Soldiers are very what? Disciplined people. And that is why most of us tag them as people who are very, very, over serious. Mommy, I greet you. I love your cap. I would have want to have one too, but maybe I'll get this one from you after the event. Ha! Thank you, ma. Yes. All right. Now we're going to have a teaser quickly. Today is not just a boring economic lecture, right? It's a conversation, as I told you earlier, that we are going to converse about our money, about our bank, and the future of our economy. So it's going to be a very interactive what sections. So prepare your mind. If you have questions, please begin to jot them down as soon as we have the presentations, okay? Because there will be a question and answer sections, please, okay? So feel free and then enjoy yourself. If you don't have transport, don't worry. After, meet me. Eh. Oh, and I like that one. Now let's do something quickly. Look at your neighbor, eyeball to eyeball. Say, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. This your eyes. From today. Now better things you go they see. Man, I not gonna know what they try to so for now. Look at your neighbor again and say, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. This your leg. From today, now better place you go they carry you go. Look at your neighbor. Say neighbor, this your ear. From today, you no go hear any Ponzi scheme matter. Eh. That's a very beautiful one. Please, we have a very interesting line of programs for today. We are going to quickly introduce our guests and bring them to the high table. And I'm sure a lot of the executives will be joining us much more later. Permit me quickly, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome to the high table not just a woman that has been doing so well in the society, a woman that has been a tool for economy development, inclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me as I welcome Mrs. Hakama Sidi Ali, the Acting Director, Corporate Communications and Investors Relations, Central Bank of Nigeria. Please, can you clap for her, please? Now, it will interest you that the hands I'm hearing clapping are not the hands for the ladies. Ladies, what's happening? This is a mother. Please, can you clap for her, please? Ma'am, you're highly welcome. Yes, yes. We also have another woman that I will be introducing properly, but for now, I want to bring her to the high table. They don't change my swaggo. They say, make I look like CBN people. Please, from today, may not call me CBN staff. Of course, I'm a vendor. They are paying me, so I'm your staff. But after now, I will be CBN staff. Oh. All right. Please help me welcome Mrs. Njidika Nwabuku. Please, ma'am, you're highly welcome. She is the branch controller, Central Bank of Nigeria, Lafia branch. Good. Good. Ma'am, you're highly welcome. And again, we also have in our midst not just an officer, but an officer par excellence, someone who is controlling a lot of armies under his care, someone whose activity have really bring peace to the loving people of Lafia. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me as I may welcome to the high table Major General A.O. Awolo, the Special Force Commander, Lafia. You're highly welcome, sir. Yes. You're highly welcome, sir. God bless you, sir. Oh, God. Omo, my spirit they tell me to do something, no, but I dey fear. Make I do am. Make I do am. I go do am. Oh, eh? Sir, you're highly welcome, sir. Thank you very much. We also have Mr. Yahaya Sabi Adiku, the Commander, Federal Road Safety Commission, FRSC, Nasarawa State. Sir, you're highly welcome to this very wonderful gathering. Yes, we also have, and I will want to bring to the high table the Deputy Commandant, Michael Agbola, representing Commandant US BRH, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. Yes, sir, you're highly welcome. God, when this kind of uniforms they, oh my God. Now we also have in our midst Abubakar Yahuza Musa II, Ubandoma Lafia, representing or representative of the Emir of Lafia. Sir, Your Royal Highness, please, ladies and gentlemen, I will want to tell you that this is not just him, but this is His Royal Highness, the Emir of Lafia, in our midst. And I'm sure if you are welcoming a royal father, you don't just sit and be clapping, you rise to your feet, because this is the custodian of the culture in Nasarawa State, because he is the chairman traditional council of Nasarawa State. Sir, you're highly welcome. Yes, we also have in our midst Mrs. Larry J. Saku, the Director, Admin and Supply, Ministry of Women Affairs and Humanitarian Service, Nasarawa State. Ma'am, you're highly welcome, please. Man, I no worry. The list of the dignitaries, plenty, be like admission list. We go soon finish. Okay? Uh-huh. We also have in our midst, and I want to bring to the high table again, permit me to also welcome ACP Yahaya B. Nijayo, AC Operations, Nasarawa State Police Command, Lafia. Sir, you're highly welcome. Please, sir, can you rise your feet so that the ushers will bring you to the high table? Okay. We also have in our midst Mrs. Adekogba Bolanle, representative of NYSC State Coordinator. If I say, I know one na we have here. Wow. Wow. Yes, ma'am, you're highly welcome. Yes, and as I said earlier, that today will be filled with conversations about our banks, our money, and the future economy of our dear Nigeria. I will want to quickly acknowledge and introduce to us, before the proper presentations, accordingly, the presenters of this very great fair. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the CBN social media handles, who will be talking about that, Mrs. Antonia Anuforo. Please, Ma, can you just give us a wave so that we'll know? Please, let's clap for her over there. Yes. You know, we are in a digital economy now that social media handles the key for every activity, being it corporate or being it any other. We also have from the other financial institutions supervision department, Mr. Ayodeji Ojo. Sir, please can you give us a wave? We also have from the financial market department, Mr. Sulu Gambari. Gambari. We also have from the monetary policy department, Dr. Oyebanji Olaoye. Yes, please, can we clap for him over there? Yes. We also have from the Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department, Mr. Kenneth Amadi. Mr. Kenneth Amadi, he's over there. Please, you celebrate it, sir. Yes, yes. You will see that in every, I will tell you when the time comes for me to introduce him properly. From the Payment System Supervision Department, we have Mr. Innocent Asogu. Please, you're highly welcome, sir. Now, from the Currency Operations and Branch Management Department, we have Mr. George Wokoro. Mr. George Wokoro, you're highly welcome. Now, I want to assure you, but not assure you, that I will continue to introduce to us and acknowledge the distinguished guests who will join us shortly. But before then, I want to tell you that you are indeed our also special guest. Please, can you clap for yourself as you welcome yourself to this very wonderful gathering? And again, I want to quickly introduce myself too, because it will be of great honor if you know who is talking before you too. My name is Dasiko Stephen Yakubu, popularly known as MC Steve D, the academic and the social consultant. They used to call me the only MC with a PhD that doesn't like using doctor in his name. So it is a great privilege to talk before you today. May not clap for me small now. Shoo. All right. You know, in a gathering like this, I used to say there is a way you clap for people and you welcome them specially. Okay? So we're going to do that quickly, right? We're going to rise to our feet to welcome each other using this style. If I say we'll do this way, please. You watch me, please. We'll do like this. Eh, eh. Then we get to try what a kiss. Mwah. Do you get it? Are we ready? You know, you have to welcome yourself, isn't it? All right, please. Can we do that? Can we rise to our feet, ladies and gentlemen, please? Can we rise to our feet as we welcome ourselves in a special way and also appreciate our distinguished guests who are here before us? Yes. Now, this is how we're going to do it. Did you see that? I'm sure maybe members of the high table will also want to join. It's amazing. You will love it. It's a warm welcome. Yes. Thank you very much. Now, aside from the people, you know, in an official regalia, you know, yes. Uh-huh. Now, this is what we're going to do, right? We're going to clap and welcome ourselves this way. If I do want to go, we clap. One, bam, we do like this. Another one, like this. The last one, then we throw out keys to whoever the keys is going to meet. Okay, are we together? But if you are a married person, no throw keys, go give. All right, let's go this way. Want to go? Eh, Eh? Thank you. You can take a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. We are going to have the national anthem, and this is how we're going to do it. We will have our national anthem, and we will recite the last stanza as our opening prayer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as patriotic Nigerians, as good loving people of Nigeria, can we rise to our feet for the national anthem? The DJ, if you're ready for the national anthem, please.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland.
Thank you. Amen. Can we sit? Blessing, I the like shortcut for this gathering. No. Eh? When I the like shortcut, I be. Me no no reason shortcut. Oh. All right. Distinguished guests, we are going to continue our program with the welcome remarks. This time around, this welcome remarks is coming from someone who has held a role for a branch controller once upon a time on Uyo, and has previously held the role of senior manager for development finance at the bank. She is a great fighter for financial inclusion, women's economic empowerment, and entrepreneurship through the CBN grant, and also a stakeholder engagement program like the CBN Fair, just the one we're having today, aim at educating the public on economic policies and banking initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a mother, and she is a great contributor to the Nigerian economy. Ladies and gentlemen, help me as I may welcome the branch controller, Central Bank of Nigeria, Lafia, in person of. Oh, now no, I even hear the name again. No.
Let me help you. In the person of Mrs. Njide Kawabuku, I know he's struggling with the name, so I came to rescue him.
Thank you for rescuing me.
Lafia Inakwananku. Nasarawa State Inakwananku. Yaya Kike. Good morning. Opening remarks by the branch controller, CBN Lafia branch, at the CBN Fair being held on Tuesday, 18th August 2026. And the theme is driving alternative payment channels as tools for financial inclusion growth, and accelerated economic development. The representatives of the state government, royal fathers, security agencies, they are well represented here. Heads of government, ministries, departments, and agencies of the government, federal and state. Deposit money banks, I've seen quite a number of them this morning. Microfinance banks, fintechs, payment service providers, other financial institutions, members of the business community, core members. I see quite a number of them. Core members, we appreciate you all. Students, academia, market leaders, development partners, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you today on behalf of the management and staff of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Lafia branch, to this occasion of the CBN Fair. We wish to express our appreciation to the Corporate Communications Department, CCD, of the Central Bank of Nigeria, ably led here by my wonderful boss, Mrs. Hakama, a very, very energetic lady, I must tell you, of the Central Bank of Nigeria, for organizing this event with support from other strategic business units. We acknowledge all the efforts and resources that have been channeled towards this notable gathering. This event, which will feature presentations from key departments on various initiatives of the bank, will provide a unique opportunity to engage directly with the bank's customers and stakeholders in the state. One of the key objectives of this fair is to enlighten the public about various initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, while also providing a platform for valuable feedback to help us improve our service delivery and policy planning and implementation. Today's theme, driving alternative payment channels as tools for financial inclusion, growth, and accelerated economic development, could not have been more apt, as it underscores the Central Bank of Nigeria's unwavering commitment to leveraging innovation and technology to bring more Nigerians into the formal financial system and stimulate sustainable economic growth. Over the years, the bank has recorded notable milestones in deepening financial inclusion through alternative payment channels. The bank has also strengthened its policy framework through the Financial Inclusion Strategy and more recently launched the Payment System Vision 2028, which seeks to build a secure, innovative, interoperable, and inclusive payment ecosystem for all Nigerians. These achievements are commendable, but they are only milestones on a longer journey. To gain greater traction, we must continue to expand digital payment infrastructure in rural and underserved communities, improve financial and digital literacy, strengthen cybersecurity and consumer protection, support innovation in payment system, and encourage greater adoption of digital payment channel by small businesses, women, youth, farmers, and micro enterprises. These efforts by key players in the financial sector will help achieve the PSV 2028 target, that's the Payment System Vision target, of 95% financial inclusion by bringing millions more Nigerians into the formal financial sector while promoting digital transactions, consumer confidence, financial system stability, and economic competitiveness. Today, I therefore urge every participant here to become an ambassador of financial inclusion. I encourage our entrepreneurs and traders to embrace digital payment solutions in their daily transactions. I encourage our youth to leverage technology responsibly to create value and opportunities. I encourage financial institutions and payment service providers to continue innovating while maintaining the highest standards of customer protection and service delivery. Together, we can reduce reliance on cash, improve efficiency, expand economic opportunities, and unlock the immense potential of our local and national economy. As we engage in today's activities, I encourage you to ask questions. We're here to take those questions, okay? share experiences, and take full advantage of the learning and networking opportunities. Let us leave this event not only informed, but also inspired to drive the adoption of alternative payment channels in our homes, businesses, and communities. On behalf of the Central Bank of Nigeria, especially Lafia branch, yes, on behalf of the Central Bank of Nigeria as a whole and Lafia branch as a sub of Central Bank of Nigeria, I thank you for your attendance and commitment to building a more financially inclusive, prosperous, and digitally empowered Nigeria. And I welcome you to this occasion. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for this great welcome address. Please, can we give her a round of applause again? Yes. Please, permit me quickly to introduce us someone once again of the greatest Nigerian student, unintimidated Nigerian student. I want to yarn. I don't the yarn since now. Continue yarning. Please permit me to introduce us a president of the Student Union Government, Federal University Lafia, in person of Comrade Jabir Ibrahim Mohammed. Presido, come sit, come enjoy yourself. You are the president. Now, please, can you continue clapping? Our executives, I want to tell you that this is one of the SUG presidents with capacity, not just in talk, but in doings. And I can tell you that the people you're seeing sitting this way, are the testament of his activity. Thank you, Mr. President, SUG. Clap for him once more, student. Yes. Before we have the arrival of the representative from the Nasarawa state government for the goodwill message, permit me quickly to move to the next item of the program, which is the overview of the fair by CBN Fair Team Leads, the acting director, corporate communications and investor relations department. Ladies and gentlemen, this director is no other person but another woman. Lafia branch, now women who CBN, now women who. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mrs. Hakama Sidi Ali for the overview of the fair. Ma'am, you're highly welcome. Yes.
Mutanen Lafia, ina gaisuwa. Kopa wiwi. Great Nigerian student. Irrepressible Nigerian student. Articulate Nigerian student. I welcome you all. Distinguished invited guests across all sectors of Nasarawa State, executives and other colleagues from the Central Bank of Nigeria, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to welcome you on behalf of the management and staff of the Central Bank of Nigeria to the CBN Fair in this home of solid minerals, Nasarawa State. Please give your hands a round of applause. The fair, as I have previously emphasized, in Lagos, Abeokuta, Kano, Kaduna, Uyo, Calabar, Enugu, Awka, Gombe, and Bauchi, is one of the bank's platforms strategically designed to engage the public on the bank's policies and initiatives. Its objective is to promote sustainable economic growth and development in our beloved country, Nigeria, and to harness from you the more practical ways to improve Nigeria's lives and livelihood. The theme of the fair, driving alternative payment channels as tools for financial inclusion, growth, and accelerated economic development, was carefully chosen to highlight the connections that drive critical activities for the desired monetary, price, and financial system stability, which lies at the heart of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Under the leadership of Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, the bank's management remains strongly committed to maintaining monetary price stability and to performing other essential functions of the Central Bank of Nigeria as outlined in the CBN Act 2007 as amended. These efforts are already yielding positive results, evidenced by the moderate decline in inflation, ongoing growth of our foreign reserves, and the current stability in the foreign exchange market. The latest data from the National Bureau of Statistics indicates that headline inflation fell slightly from 15.91 in June to 15.43 in July 2026. Core inflation and food inflation also eased over the same period, reflecting the effect of disciplined monetary tightening, exchange rate unification, and improved market transparency. The Naira continues to strengthen, with the spread between the official and the Bureau de change now narrowing to below 2%. Nigerian forex reserve remain above 52.5 billion US dollars as of July 17, 2026, marking a 17-year high and surpassing the CBN yearly target. This is supported by the sustained inflows and renewed investor confidence and participation across all assets classes in Nigeria. Over the past 34 months, the governor, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, has led bold reforms to establish the much-needed foundation for Nigeria's next economic phase, promoting inclusive growth and job creation to alleviate poverty. These reforms include the unification and greater transparency in the foreign exchange market, successful banking sector recapitalization, which has strengthened fundamentally the resilience, capacity, and competitiveness of the Nigerian banking industry. The launch of the non-resident BVN to connect Nigerians abroad with local banking services. The B-matching system for forex trading. Unveiling of the Nigerian Payment System Vision 2028, the introduction of the 75% cash reserve ratio on non-treasury single account, public sector deposits to enhance liquidity management and curb inflationary risks. Among other initiatives, the bank also collaborated with the Financial Market Dealers Association to introduce the Nigerian Overnight Financing Rate, a benchmark that provides a transparent, market-based reference rate for short-term funding transactions and aligns Nigeria's money market infrastructure with international best practice. As I conclude my remarks, we strongly encourage you to on information published on the Central Banks of Nigeria verified platforms. I urge you to uphold the cleanness and respect of the Naira. It is prohibited to spray, hawk, mutilate, or counterfeit the Naira. It is not only the indispensable national emblem of Nigeria, but also the source of our collective pride as a nation. Our dedicated team is ready to guide us through presentations on a variety of topics related to the bank's operations, such as protection of financial consumers, innovations in Nigerian payment system, microfinance subsector activities, monetary policy instruments and processes, and everything you need to know about the Nigerian Naira. I therefore encourage all of you to engage actively and prepare your questions and concerns, which our team will address at the conclusion of the event. Thank you for your attention. May God bless Nasarawa State and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amami, Mrs. Hakama Sidi Ali, for the overview of the fun fair. Please, members of the high table, please permit me to ask you to please come down for a photo shoot as you take your seat while we take the presentations. All right. Please, we will have a little change from our program from the members of the high table. If you have a goodwill message for us today, please, we will be grateful to take you just in 3 minutes. If any. All right. So, jama'a maza da mata manyan baki da muka haulara a nan lokaci ya kai da za a faɗa mana ababe da dama da ya kamata mu sani game da kuɗinmu, game da bankunanmu, game da duka ayyukan da ya shafe siye-siye, baye-baye da waye-waye. A'a, Hausan ya muku karfi ne. To barin da irin na lafiya. Jama'an lafiya ba, kun gane ba, lokaci ya kai ba. All right, please, members of the high table, we will want you to have a photo, a group photograph, so that you will also enjoy the presentations from our presenters, because it will be amazing if the presenters are presenting and you'll be turning your back. So please, can we come down to have a group photograph, please? Now, as the members of the high table are coming down for a group photograph, from all the welcome address and the overview of the fun fair, you will agree with me that CBN affects everyone, right? CBN affects everyone, from our markets, traders, the students, the corporate executive, and also the farmers. And as the financial heartbeat of the nation, they've been doing so well to make sure that they promote inclusion in all the activities of the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that we will have series of presentations that we will all leave with a great knowledge of the CBN fair. Have you ever wondered what happens to your money? As MI would say, money slow to enter. Money quick. Amazing. People like saying that they are Shake people now will gather for you. All right, MI will say money slow to enter, money quick to go. Right? Now, have you ever wondered what happened that what you used to buy 500 naira last year turns out to be 1,000 naira now? Have you ever wondered what the Central Bank of Nigeria is doing to make the economy of Nigeria stable? Have you ever wondered how is this money policies have been made, and how does this money policies affect you as a Nigerian? Ladies and gentlemen, these are one or two or more answers we will be having throughout these presentations. Kai, but this kind group picture now, I for use them go collect loan for Central Bank. Oh, they can enter the picture too. They don't go. No wala. Photographers, please come. Photographers, please come. Snap me like a Nigerian professor. Where the photographer they? Yes, sir. Sir, please. Maybe you will. Yes, so that you can enjoy the presentation too. Yes, thank you very much. We are sorry for bringing you up and down, up and down. Thank you. Yes. Photographer, if you finish, you get everything you go do. Now why they wait? They take style wait. Yes. It be like I go climb podium first so that this thing go sweet. Make I stand this way. Photographer, please, I will want the official photographer of the CBN to come and do this quickly. Now, sir, are you? Oh, you are the photographer. Okay, sir, snap me like a Nigerian professor. Now, snap me like a Nigerian politician. All right, thank you. I was doing that actually for our guests to sit down first before we take the presentation. Thank you. Please permit me to quickly welcome the first presenter of this great fun fair from the CBN social media handles, Mrs. Antonia Anu Furo. You're highly welcome, ma'am, for your presentation. Please, can we clap for her, please?
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Kopawi! Kopawi! Kopawi, we. A distinguished acting director, corporate communication and investor relations department. Good morning, ma. Branch controller, Lafia branch. Greetings. Other dignitaries here present. Good morning. My job here is very simple, but before I start, I need to ask, how many of us here follow the Central Bank of Nigeria on all social media handles? If you follow us on all platforms, can I see your hand? This is the beginning of the problem. How many of you follows the Central Bank of Nigeria on Facebook? If you follow us on Instagram, can I see your hand? If you follow the CBN on LinkedIn, let me see your hand. If you follow CBN on X, can I see your hand? So now, speaking to the youth in the house, we are the ambassadors of good messaging. And for every information that flows from the Central Bank of Nigeria, it channels through all the platforms that I just mentioned. It will be a good time to pick up your mobile devices and then journey with me through these few minutes that I have to share my thoughts with you from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Please, let us ensure that we do not leave this room without following us on all platforms. For 3 reasons. Number 1, you want to stay informed. Number 2, you want to be one person who will propagate the messages from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Number 3, should you need clarification whatsoever, You have appropriate channels of the bank to be able to share your messages, and media officers would be able to attend to you, then you're good. Are we together? So are you promising me that before I leave here, you would follow us on all platforms? Is that a yes? A round of applause for yourselves. All right, so this is the platforms of the Central Bank of Nigeria at a glance. The first is the Facebook, right? For your community-wide outreach messages, you want to go to our Facebook platform to follow us on the information that we share there. And for real-time policy updates, which flows across all channels, however, the thread goes through X. You want to follow us as well. For Instagram, you have your visual storytelling and how to create videos and all of those stuffs. They all go out through the formats on our Instagram platform. For LinkedIn, how many of us here are employed? Those that are coppers, how many of us here are employed? Let me just use this as a medium to share thoughts with you. One of the platforms that would help you position yourself rightly in the global world visibly is LinkedIn. For all the messages the Central Bank of Nigeria pushes out on LinkedIn, if you're able to not only read and pass, but you engage with those messages, be assured that part of the people who engage with CBN messages are your employers. So it would be nice for us to not only follow, but engage with the messaging that goes out on the platform. All right. And for YouTube, we do live streaming within the Central Bank of Nigeria. And one of the things that happens there is for you to see real-time updates of monetary policy, communication, the press briefing, and other events that are targeted to the general public. All right. So I'll move to the next now. This is the dashboard of our website, and our website is www.cbn.gov.ng. For you to see the real-time opportunities on our website, if you check, this is a portal from today. We took this from today. You'll see the monetary policy rate to my right. You see the inflation rate, exchange rate, amongst other information that are very important to the Nigerian public. Everything is available on the website. If anybody calls you to say CBN said something, before you said yes or even circulate the message, please visit our website and other social media handle to confirm what the person said to you. All right? So now move to the next platform, which is X. Currently on our X, we have over 1.7 million followers. You can be one of them. You can be one of them. Do not leave this room today without joining us on the platform, please. All right? So this is our handle at SendBank. So if you go on X, type at SendBank and then follow us as one of the members of that community. So I move to the next, which is Instagram. Currently, we have about 206,000 followers on Instagram. And I know most of us here are on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, can I see your hand? If you're on IG, can I see your hand? Great. So please follow us at Central Bank NG. Please, you can take a screenshot of it if you want to do that immediately after now. Please follow us at Central Bank NG. All right, to the next, which is Facebook. On Facebook, currently, we have over 365,000 followers, and you can be one of them as well. To follow us, please type at SendBank NG. All right, and I'll move quickly to the next, which is YouTube. Our subscribers on YouTube rates over 780,000, and you as well can be one of the people following us. Like I said earlier, I'm going to reiterate, for real live streaming that we do within the Central Bank of Nigeria, speaking to Corporate Communication and Investor Relations Department, it is one of the important communities for us to follow. So, but before I move on, let me hand over the mic to the acting director for a thought.
You know, on our YouTube and Facebook, we do live streaming. Even this program presently is on. You're being seen by the world. The world knows that this program is happening. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. So the world is with you on this mission. Nasarawa, I hail you.
Thank you so much, Ma. I hear some of you say, oh, really? What you're doing right here is being seen everywhere. So if you're focused, you're seeing what's happening, people are looking at you everywhere around the world. So please go on Facebook and LinkedIn, go on YouTube, share the link with people you know and tell them, I am proudly at the Central Bank of Nigeria Fair, Nasarawa, which is happening here in Lafia. That is a way to propagate the good message and to show that indeed you are a Nigerian that is embodying the knowledge of the world. All right, so let's move on quickly. This is LinkedIn. I talked about it earlier, the professional platform. This is a community that everyone wants to be. All right, so please join us as one of the followers at Central Bank of Nigeria. We have over 76,119 followers on LinkedIn. And then if you have any issue, you have clarifications to make, or you just want to hear from one of the customer service agents within the bank to share your thoughts, important messaging, or you have a complaint, this is the number on the screen for you to call: 081-766-57060. I'll take it once again: 081-766-57060. We will be happy to serve you. Now, after everything I've said, we need a confirmation from you. Can we all echo, I will follow the Central Bank of Nigeria on all platforms? So it's a song, all right? And that's a confirmation and a commitment to say, I will follow the Central Bank of Nigeria across all platforms. Are we ready? Great. So I would want to hear the voices of the youth more, which are our coppers. So let's go. Want to go? So I will take the mic to individuals, just 5 of you. You will lead. All right? Can I hear you say that?
I will follow the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Loudly.
I will follow the Central Bank of Nigeria.
So he just said, I will follow the Central Bank of Nigeria across all platforms. I'm coming to you, sir.
Jesus. I will follow. So I will follow CBN on all platforms.
Thank you. All right, so let's look for a lady.
I will follow CBN in all their platforms.
Thank you. And to you?
I will follow CBN in all their platforms.
And finally,
I will follow CBN with all platforms.
great. So that's a commitment from all of us that we would follow the Central Bank of Nigeria across all platforms. Can you give yourselves a resounding applause? Thank you very much. And this comes to the end of our presentation on the social media handles of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Please follow us for more information. Thank you.
Please, can we give a round of applause for this very wonderful section and presentation? Ma, please, maybe the Central Bank of Nigeria will think about TikTok. Please, you see, Amber, say this, they don't say God bless you. Now TikTok 9 there, Sabi. Yes, I think the central bank will do that, and that will also bring more engagement too. Yes, and I want to tell you that don't allow anybody to come and tell you what you don't know. Follow social media handles of CBN and get the information at your what you get. Right now, we are going to take the next presentation from the other financial institutions supervision department that drives the non-bank sector, including mortgage institutions, development, finance, and specialized funds, fueling long-term economic growth and beyond commercial banks. From the financial institution supervision, Mr. Ayodeji Ojo. Please, can we clap for him, please? You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Nakwana, Yajiki. I remember I served in Lafia some years ago, and I remember asking people, whenever they ask any question, everything is Lafia, Lafia, Lafia. That means if I go to Shokoto, it will be Shokoto whenever they ask me a question. So, good morning once again. My name is Ojo Ayodeji from Other Financial Institutions Supervision Department, and I will be quickly talking on promoting financial stability and inclusion. Growing up, I remember when they give us money, some of us will go and keep it somewhere. And at the end of the day, we'll still be the one looking for where we keep that money, looking for it everywhere, and won't see it. And that is the importance of banking system in Nigeria. So I'll be talking on the importance. Like I said, I'm from the Other Financial Institutions Supervision Department. And what do? We ensure safe, sound, well-managed, and compliant with CBN regulation banks. That is a bank that is safe, sound, that you can trust. So majorly, my department, we supervised the microfinance banks and primary mortgage banks. And our goal is to protect customers while expanding access to financial services. We want to ensure that the financial services are everywhere. Gone are the days where you have to travel before you access the financial institutions. We want to ensure that every villages, every market, every schools, we have a financial institutions. Place where you can save, you can withdraw, you can transact, make it easier to encourage financial inclusion. So why does this department matters in CBN? To protect depositors. Some of us, we are scared opening an account. We don't trust the bank. And that is our own function, to protect your funds, promote confidence in financial institutions, especially students, market women. You believe when you keep money in the bank, it is not safe. You go there tomorrow, they'll say the bank has shut down. And that is our own function, to protect and build this confidence in you. Gone are the days where we should be keeping money under our pillow, our bed, digging hole to keep our money. Let us make use of the financial institutions. Encourage responsible lending. We work with the bank to ensure that those who are collecting this loan are able to pay. We don't want a situation where they will give you loan, you will not be able to pay. And the bank must know their customer before they can give out loan. Someone who is earning 50,000 naira will go to the bank and say, I want to collect a loan of 2 million. And don't forget that this loan we are giving out is depositors' money. So we ensure that those who are getting this loan are responsible and able to pay this money back. Support economic growth from micro to macro. And once the banks are improving, getting better, once the banks are getting better, it's improved the economy. So these are some of the reasons why we are bringing the microfinance bank closer to you. Most of us, we are used to with the commercial banks, the likes of GT, First Bank, and Co. But we have what we call microfinance banks, which are closer to the people. The other banks too are good, but these microfinance banks are more closer to you because of those who deal with smaller amounts of money. The SMEs, small scale industries. You get it? Those who want to transact with 5,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira. You can walk into any of these microfinance banks. You don't have to wait to have 10,000 before you open an account. You want to get a loan of 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira to start a business. So these microfinance banks are always here for you. And these are some of the things they provide. You can save your money with them. You can get a small business loan. Like I said, you want a loan of 50,000 naira to start a business. As a couple, while serving, you want to start a small business. You need a loan of 200,000 naira. They will give it to you, but you have to open an account with them. They need to know you. Agriculture loans. The farmers who are here, even students, some of us are farmers. Coppers, you can start a farm. You need to get a small land, fertilizers. These type of loans are available. Digital services, financial services. You don't need to walk into the banking environment before you have access to financial services. You can do online banking. We have POS everywhere, agent banking. These are provided by some of the microfinance banks. Also financial literacy. As a student, as a copper, market women, artisans, you have small amount of money. You don't know what to do with it. You can walk into any of these microfinance banks. They will advise you. They will give you financial literacy. I'm sure they will do that for free for you. They will advise you how to make use of the little amount of money you have. And primarily, they serve the traders, the farmers, artisans, SMEs, salary workers, rural communities, and so on. So take advantage of these microfinance banks whenever you see them. So how are they beneficial to Nigerians? I've talked about obtaining a loan to start a business. Don't wait till you have so amount before you can start a business. Walk into any of these microfinance banks and they will advise you the best loan you can take. Farmers too, you have access when during the planting season, you can get a loan from them. Artisans who you want to get equipment, maybe you as a student, you want to start barbing within the school environment, coppers, you can get a soft loan from these banks. Young entrepreneur, you want to start a small business, family build a savings culture. Now many people save for their children. As a student, you can save little by little, open an account, and you will get the benefits. So the second part is the primary mortgage bank. Some of us are used to the normal commercial banks, the microfinance banks. But there is a bank called Primary Mortgage Bank. And what do they provide? Home purchase loan. Many of us, we want to have our own house, but we don't know how to go about it. The amount of salary I earn cannot buy a house at once. Primary Mortgage Bank will assist you. You can get a loan from any of the primary mortgage banks. Some of us will see the buildings around, but you don't know how to go about it. Walk into any primary mortgage bank and they will advise you on how to get a loan. Home construction finance. You have this land, you don't have money to start the building. This primary mortgage bank will assist you. Home improvement loan, mortgage advisory services. You want to get a mortgage, you don't know how to go about it, they will provide this advice for you. PNB, they also help families to achieve the dream of owning decent and affordable homes. I've talked about that. So let us take advantage of this. How does Nigeria benefit? Affordable housing finance, flexible repayment option. Some of them, they have repayments of like 10, 20 years. So they will help you spread it. Walk into any of these primary mortgage bank and they will give you the best option. Wealth creation through home ownership. We all know that having a home is an investment. So it helps and it will also improve the quality of life. So financial inclusion, all these benefits, you cannot be part of these benefits if you are not using any of these financial services. And that is why financial inclusion is very, very important. So Everyone must be involved. You must have an account to enjoy most of these benefits. You can't take a loan if you don't have an account. I said earlier, know your customer. If you don't have an account, the banks will not know you, and they won't be able to give you these loans. So it's financial inclusion helps rural banking, agent banking, digital financial services, consumer protection. And that's one of the key functions of CBN. We protect the consumers, the depositors. If you have any complaint, you have access to CBN. My colleague spoke about the handles of CBN where you can make complaints if you didn't get a good service you want. Responsible lending, I spoke about it earlier. So these are some of the tips that are very, very important to us. You've seen some of the jingles they were playing before we started. Before you bank or open an account or transact with any bank, you ensure that this bank is licensed. You can go online, check CBN website. If you want to transact with any bank, you check the list of approved bank there. And also some banks, if you walk into any bank, you should see their license on the wall there. Ensure this bank is licensed. Don't transact with MMM banks. Also, you ask questions. The truth of the matter is that whenever you want to take a loan from a bank, they are always friendly with you. It's always a smile with you. They encourage you to take this loan, but ask questions before you take this loan. Because if you don't, there are some hidden interests that you may not know. Ask questions. If I take this loan, how long? What's the interest? Don't take this loan and come back tomorrow to CBN and start complaining because you have to sign. You need to read what it takes to take this loan. Read it, take your time. So you ask questions, understand the loan terms and repayments before you take this loan. It's good to take loan. When they give you, it's very sweet. But when they come for their money, so you save regularly. And this is the advantage of banks. It enables you to save within the school. You see POS everywhere, agent banking. You pay even if it is 1,500 naira every day, save, and you enjoy the benefit tomorrow. Report suspicious activities. Those that will text you, send your PIN and get so amounts. Be very careful. Don't send your PIN. Don't send your bank details out. And ensure you only use licensed financial institutions. So, in conclusion, Office remain committed to promoting financial stability, protecting depositors' funds. Don't be scared to open an account or transact with any bank. Be rest assured that CBN will protect you. Expanding financial inclusion, and that's part of why we are here, to let you know that you need to be part of this financial ecosystem. Support economic development. Like I told you earlier, from micro to macro, and it affects the national economic development. So please, let's ensure to be part of this financial ecosystem to benefit from this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ayodeji Ojo, for a wonderful presentation. Now, if you've listened to him very carefully, he has told us that aside the commercial bank that we save our money, right? There is more to the banking system where you can get loans, but if you dey get the loan, make I draw our attention. Now no say the T&C, it is long, and some of us lazy Nigerians, we no go read them. We go just sign. I beg you. Now understand. Then I dey read very well before you do that, and make sure that it is licensed by the central bank. And I'm sure any financial institution that is licensed by the CBN has a badge. Am I right? Has a badge, right? So if it doesn't have that badge, no do transaction there. Oh, sure, now understand. Some of now they find sharp sharp money. Now, please, we are moving next to the next presenter from the Financial Market Department that have been serving as the operational engine of the CBN, executing monetary policies, managing foreign exchange, overseeing government securities, and regulating liquidity to maintain stability across the nation financial market. Ladies and gentlemen, help me as I'm welcome for this presentation from the Financial Market Department, Mr. Sulu Gambari. Please, can we clap for him, ladies and gentlemen, sir? You're highly welcome.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Morning. Okay, I'm from Financial Markets Department, just to show you some overview of the new trends in the financial market. I'm a market person. So in summary, what I do is just I buy and sell. But I don't buy goods like you see in the market. What I trade in are instruments. I trade in USD, I trade in Naira. How many of you like money here? Okay. For me, I don't like money at all. I just like to talk about it. But if you give me, I give you back. Yes. See me after. So financial markets, like I said, it's quite broad, but I'll try and make it as simple as possible. Again, we buy, we sell Naira, dollar, euro, pounds, other currencies you can think of. But please don't go to Ghana cedis, just the main ones. So I'm going to make presentation to you on what is happening in the foreign exchange market. And then recently we published a benchmark rate called the NOFA rate. Also take you briefly through the fixed income market. And then of course tell you how important you lovely stakeholders are to us in the Central Bank of Nigeria. So the market, if you remember vividly, before this new administration came in, we're having issues of dollar. Everybody was on the dollar craze. You wanted dollar. Of course, I did not want dollar. I love my country. I prefer Naira. If you give me dollar, I return it to you. That's the confidence I have in my country. So you'll find in a situation where dollar was scarce in the official market, be it the banks, whereas in the BDC, it was more accessible in the BDC, but there was rate disparity. In the official market, it was way cheaper. In the BDC, it was a bit more expensive. So everybody saw dollar as a safe haven where I can buy and hedge my risk, where I can buy and I was treating it like a commodity, like I'm buying gold and selling tomorrow. So what we did differently in this reform is to change the market at which we trade. Initially, we had what we call the I&E window. That's the investors and exporters window. Then we had the BDC window, of course, another rate. Then we had the IMTOs also bringing in funds, of course, another rate. So we realized that there was a problem. And the problem with this was that we did not have unification of exchange rate. So we created a market which is driven by economics, the laws of demand and supply. I'm sure all the corporates know demand and supply. So what we did was to match people's demand for dollar with the supply for dollar. So take, for example, if the demand in the market to import for you to travel abroad, for you to go for your medicals. Let's assume we total the entire demand, and that demand is 100 million as at today. And then the people that have money, like the coppers, the big boys that want to sell their USD, let's assume we add all your money, it didn't pass 1 million. You know, there's a gap of 99 million USD. So what we are saying is that the 1 million you have, we'll take it, the 100 million demand, we'll first take that 1 million, meaning there's a difference of what? 99. Now, other industry participants, the big banks, also form that kind of supply. They bring in the supply, and then they try to match it with the demand. And the central bank in this circumstance is also a participant. So we can either buy today or sell tomorrow. So that transparency of where you're just matching the demand and supply on an electronic platform at which we have created has made it faster for people's needs to be met in terms of FX, and has given us a more transparent view of what the actual price of dollar is. And if you agree with me, dollar has been stable for quite a long time. I think you should clap for the central bank for that achievement. So the NFEM, Nigerian Foreign Exchange Market, is what we introduced. Again, it functions on the principle of demand and supply, like I said. And again, it has to be a willing buyer, who is the person demanding, and a willing seller, who is the person that is willing to sell at a market-determined price. Now, of course, when we introduced this, we did see some outliers. There were some situations where some people decided to start quoting outside what the market price was. So the central bank, again, with the level of professionalism that we have in the bank, we introduced what we call the Nigerian FX code. What that code does is that it brings ethics, professional standards into the trade. So when we see that there are people that are trying to spike our market by trying to overgain or quoting outside what the market is, we use the Nigerian FS code to, to penalize them accordingly. The supervision team does that. So it's a beautiful thing now. I believe you don't go to the news and then you hear that I don't have dollar, I cannot do my trade. Dollar is everywhere. Just move to your bank. If you want to access it, your authorized dealer banks, go to them and then tell them you need USD for certain transaction. They'll give you the documentation, use the appropriate documentation, fill it, and then you get it in no time. So again, we use an electronic platform called the Electronic Foreign Exchange Matching System. And that is where we trade. So everything we do now is transparent to the global world. Nothing is hidden. So that is a good achievement for the central bank. Now, I want to talk about a new trend in the Nigerian financial market environment. It's called the Nigeria Overnight Financing Rate. We call it the NOFA rate. As simple as it is, you have money you want to invest into the Nigerian economy. Now, what do you think will drive your need to invest? It's the interest rate. You are going to ask yourself that question. If I invest this amount of money, how much am I going to get back? If I put this amount of money for this short-term instrument, when I'm in short-term instrument, I'm talking about instruments that are not more than 365 days, like 64 days, a year. So that's the maximum. So if I put this money for this tenure or even shorter than that, how much will I get in return? So the NOFA rate, what it does is that it is a benchmark rate based on live data, based on the trade of yesterday. I'm telling you that the market closed at a weighted average rate of, say, 22%. Okay? That, as an investor, you can use that information, look at the trend in the movement of the benchmark rate, and decide, is the trend going downwards or is it going upwards? Do I buy or do I sell? So that is what we introduced with this, we achieved with this NOFA rate. So basically, it's just a price tag that tells banks the cost of borrowing overnight. Okay, and the NOFA rate is for instruments that are risk-free. When I say risk-free, I'm talking about government instruments. If you invest in government, they will not default. So your investment is safe. Again, investors use it. Even foreign, how many of you have heard of FPIs, foreign portfolio investors? So investors from outside that want to come in and invest in Nigeria will also look at our NOFA rate. This NOFA rate is guided by actual live trades. It is not a policy rate like maybe the MPR. It is actual live trades. So investors look at this and it tells them or guides them on their investment decisions. So it is very important that we know that this is happening and that as a central bank, we tell all of you so that you can also tell your colleagues and the millions of naira you're collecting for Alawi, you can bring it into the central bank or bring it to the government and invest. So again, as at the month of July, for instance, the rate stood at 22%. It varied between 22 and 24%, just 2% variation. And we had a deepened financial market, fixed income market of about 3.29 trillion naira investment in short-term instruments, which is a remarkable achievement, which is also a transparent one. Last year, we could not even tell you this figure. Someone's water is rolling. So that's it. Now, let's talk about investment opportunities. The fixed income market today has been digitized. We have an electronic platform which we have set up to trade in government securities and then government bonds. So, for example, Nigerian Treasury bills, if you should be hearing about Nigerian Treasury bills, NTB, and even the bonds, they are all risk-free instruments. You can put in your money today and then earn an interest on it. So if, for example, you have a 10 million naira, for instance, you put in 10 million naira in NTB for 364 days. As at the last auction, I think we had about 17% on that 10 million naira for 364 days. That's about how much? 1.7 million naira. If you build house, which rent will you get for that one in Lafia? Or that's if your tenant pays you money, Abby. So these are the kind of things that I look where I call it risk-free. You are assured of your money. You are assured that at the maturity stage, you get your money 100% back. So NTB, short-term instruments, all that are trading on the fixed income. Bonds are trading on the fixed income. They are also very attractive, but that is in a longer tenure. If you want to extend more than 364 days, you want to go 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years with the federal government. And of course, you know, the government is reliable. They have never defaulted and they will never default. You can place in your money there. So again, why do people buy fixed income? They buy it because it is safe, it's risk-free. They buy it because they can plan with it. They know when their proceeds are coming. They know when their interest is going to be paid. They know when the maturity is going to be paid. And that can serve as a form of income for you during the duration of that time. So it is a very important market for us to be aware of that it is currently live. And again, like I said, you do that, you have high interest rates. Okay, so investors now, like I said, what attracts them is interest rate. And so currently, we are one of the most attractive investment destinations in in the world now. Apart from us, I think Egypt also has high interest rates, and countries, FPIs, foreign portfolio investments from abroad, are so much interested in coming to invest in Nigeria. And that interest alone has brought several inflow of foreign exchange into the Nigeria, which is also leading to your stability in FX rate. Because they need to bring in their dollar, sell it in Naira, and invest in our fixed income market. So you can see the trend. So I think the country has done very well for themselves in terms of this kind of opportunities. Fixed income is very important. Treasury bills is short term, and we will see the young people, learning and coming into this space to try and, invest, building their knowledge about investments and become more financially educated in this area. So the message I'm saying here is that we have a clearer FX price discovery. We have a credible benchmark for rates. We have a very matured fixed income market, all of which are transparent on an electronic platform. And this has led to stronger transparency, better prices of an instrument, and of course, investors' confidence, and I believe also in the public confidence as well. The public is very important to us. You are very important to me. We've made it easy for you to access the foreign exchange. We've made it easier for you to invest your Naira and get your returns on it. Don't be afraid to start small. Dangote started from somewhere, but not from fixed income market. The businesses, you can also get FX for your businesses. Everything is transparent now. Your first point of contact for the general public and for businesses is the banks. Go to your bank, tell them what you need. They'll guide you through. The process has been very simple now. We've reduced several bottlenecks in assessing our market. The NOFA rate, please take it home, educate your people, your families about the NOFA rate and how important it is to follow this rate so that you become more financially enlightened. Again, to all our authorized dealer banks, if present, we are saying that we are giving you a transparent market and we'll continue to instill confidence, and the trust you have in us will continue to go higher. Thank you very much. I remain your humble servant. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Financial Markets Department, for a wonderful presentation. Now, after we've heard from the Financial Market of the CBN Department, have you ever wondered why prices or interest rates shift? Have you ever wondered how inflation rates are being tackled? Now we're moving into the Apex Bank Intellectual Engine Room for their presentation. Help me as I may welcome one of the experts too from the Monetary Policy Department for his presentation in person of Dr. Oyebanji Olaoye. You're highly welcome, sir. Please, can we celebrate him, please? You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'll be making this presentation on behalf of the Director of Monetary Policy and Financial Inclusion. So I'll be speaking about policies around managing your money. I'll try as much as possible to make this as simple as possible so that we can all be on the same page. But for us to have an understanding of monetary policy, I think I will come from the angle of trying to explain the danger of inflation so that we can see what can actually go wrong and what the impact can be on the money we hold dearly. Okay, so let me start this way. What is monetary policy? So it's easier to just say it's a deliberate action by the central bank to manage the cost and availability of credit. Okay, so let's make it easy now. So we have three issues here. You are looking at money supply, you are looking at interest rates, and you are looking at price stability. So what the central bank tries to do is to manage how much cash we have in the system relative to the product, the output that we also have. Now, you also want to manage the cost of the available money, the cost of credit in the system. And then the idea is for you to achieve significant level of price stability. So to make this clearer for us, I actually brought a case of what happened in Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe is one country in Southern Africa where, because of some government actions around early 2000, around land ownership and all that, production was scuffled. So output went so low, and then, there was no product per se, so nothing was really going on. But government was still putting money, paying salaries, paying other overheads. And at some point, they had too much money without anything to buy in the market. So it got to a point where you want to go and buy bread in the market, and you could go with as much as a wheelbarrow load with currency. So that is what could happen if the central bank, does not manage inflation properly. So one major fundamental objective of any central bank is to manage inflation. And the idea is to ensure that the value of your money remains, intact. Now, in the case of Zimbabwe, by December 2018, a single loaf of bread could cost as high as 2 billion Zimbabwean dollars. And at some point, they even jettisoned their own currency because it was just like a paper. And that is why every central bank will do everything possible to make sure that inflation is kept, in check. Now, so the issue of inflation is around too much money and then too little money. Whichever one you have is dangerous. If money is too much, that is inflation. If money is too little, that is deflation. So the two end, the bank tries as much as possible to manage money supply in a way that you get some level of optimum where you can balance this, and so you don't have anyone in excess. And the goal is for money supply growth to track real economic output, balance, not extremes. So that's what central bank tries to do on a daily basis, and many other central bank does the same thing. Now, let's bring this back to ourselves. How can the central bank be effective in doing this? The starting point is that everybody has to be included in the financial system. If you have a significant number of people outside the financial system, then it's become difficult to manage money supply. If we still have cases where people prefer to put their money under their beds, or you still have, sorry, me, I'm a Yoruba man, we call it kolo. You have those small boxes in your rooms where you keep the money. Okay, but the point is that it will be difficult for the central bank to manage money supply because you won't even have visibility of what you are managing. And then the overall impact on all of us is that you won't be able to tackle inflation. And so the value of money you have kept, you'll be shocked. In your box, where you are keeping the money, maybe you had like 5,000 naira. You're thinking that maybe next month I want to buy something with 5,000 naira. But by the time it gets to the market, prices has gone so high that your 5,000 becomes useless. So inflation remains everybody's what? Business. So to be involved in the financial system, we can take the different forms. What matters is that let's operate within the framework of the former banking system. Let's use the digital payment channels that are available. My colleagues will be talking about the different channels, just like my other colleagues have spoken about the banks you can actually use. Former savings, open an account. There are levels of accounts you can open. You can deal with the commercial bank, you can deal with the microfinance banks. So there are different types of banking services that are available. And every citizen's count when it comes to managing inflation and ensuring that the value of your money remains intact. Now, why managing inflation isn't simple, why the job of central bank is actually a bit, dicey. So you go up and down in trying to achieve that stability. This is because there are different shocks to what you are trying to manage. So you have the domestic issues, and then you have the, global issues. From the domestic side, you talk about some structural rigidities around productions and all that. So at the end of the day, what goes into your production, of course, feeds into your price. If, for instance, before you produce whatever you want to produce, you are considering power supply, transport infrastructures that are not maybe, not there yet, that could feed into your price. And you can see that naturally prices just, tick up. And so you could see some inflationary trend going in there. And then from the global side, there are some things that are outside your control, even as a country. Because of course, as a small open economy, you import, some things from outside your economy. And some of these things could come in with what you call imported inflations. Because as you're importing them, you are using your naira to buy the foreign currency to access these products. And by so doing, you could be importing inflation into your domestic economy. So these are the reasons why managing inflation could be tricky, could be difficult. But trust me, in Nigeria, we are making significant progress despite these challenges that I've mentioned. So I'll give you an instance. As of December 2024, we had an inflation of about 34%, right? That is telling you that on a year-on-year basis, the price changes on the average is about 34%. So what I bought last year for 100 naira, now I will pay 134 naira. That was as at December 2024. But because of the policies of the bank, deliberate actions by the bank, remember that is out, and he gave his word that it's going to be about achieving low and stable inflation. So as at now, we have half inflation from that point to about 15%. So that means the price changes is now going down. And as we continue to do that, we're likely going to what? Get to that, achieve that objective. The same thing applies to your, exchange rate. Talking about Naira dollar exchange rate, where we used to have very significant premium between the official market and the parallel market. You can see the difference from about 60-something% to now, around 2-point-something%. That's to tell you how much monetary policy objective has been achieved. And as this continues, and everybody becomes financially, included, it will be easy to drive this further. Okay, so I'm going to close this presentation by saying that every one of us needs to follow the lead. So if the bank is setting and signaling rates, the idea is to try to fight inflation, which of course we've said this has implication for the value of the money you hold dearly. So for us all, what is important is for us to follow the lead of the bank. So every 2 months, the bank holds a meeting called the Monetary Policy Committee meeting, where a decision is taken about the interest rate, And so it will be beneficial to all of us as a people to follow that lead and then work with that announcement. The governor at the end of the meeting would definitely come up and provide information about what went into that meeting and the decisions they have taken in that meeting in the interest of, price stability. By the time we all key into that announcement and then we are able to follow that lead, then you can anchor inflation expectation. If inflation expectation is well anchored, the tendency for you to achieve price stability, low and stable, will be very high. And then we can all, be happy for that. So let's follow that meeting, which happens, every 2 months. Act on the announcement, and then you play your part. And playing your part is properly to just, work within the formal financial system, the way you price your financial instruments and your dealings in the financial system. Once you follow that path, I can assure us we can all arrive safely at the same destination. So to close, I would say a well-anchored inflation expectation built together is how Nigeria reaches single-digit inflation. Thank you. I'll come back when it's time for questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Olaoye, for this very wonderful presentation from the Monetary Policy Department. You don't ever get 2K for your account. You want send person 2K, you can't see the money we did there now 1,950. Now the experience some. Now the experience some Abi. Okay, you don't ever do transaction unsuccessful, and now the last one where you supposed to buy. The next presenter is coming to tell the Central Bank of Nigeria deals with these issues and put you, the customers, at their heart. And the presenter, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the special people of this gathering that I love so much. A man who sees ability in every disability. Ladies and gentlemen, help me as I may welcome for this special presentation, Mr. Kenneth Amadi. You're highly welcome, sir. God bless you, sir. Yes.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to specially appreciate our youth. The youth are one of our special targets in financial inclusion. My name is Amadi Kenneth. I work with Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department of the Central Bank of Nigeria. I'm very, very happy to be the one who is going to take us through what the Central Bank is doing, not only in bringing you into the banking system. We make sure we sustain your interest in the banking system. We know no matter how much you do, there might be problem along the way. We also go a little more to make sure that whatever problem that you have while you are enjoying the financial services, we have your back to make sure it's resolved. And not only resolved in a way that you'll be satisfied so that we can sustain your interest in the banking system. You are welcome. Please join me as we go. Thank you. We move on. Okay. In consumer protection, we have three major functions. Number one is financial inclusion function. Financial inclusion is to make sure that everybody in Nigeria is brought into the financial sector, no matter what you are. We create policies, we create programs, we create avenues to make sure you are reached wherever you are. We are not happy that people are hiding their money in their homes. People are digging ground to hide their money. Peradventure, anything can go wrong and you lose the money. You are not the one losing alone. The Nigerian system is losing. That is why we are driving vigorously to make sure everybody, in fact, what is left for us is to see that the dead banks, we go to the hospital, make sure if you cannot, you do with the digital system. And the digital system will make sure no matter where you are, what you do, you are brought into the system. So the central bank is conscious of the fact, knowing that some people may not be very disposed. That is why we are driving it seriously to make sure everybody is brought in. Then the second role we do is also sustaining your interest through what we call financial education. We know that you can come in, but you lack what it takes for you to remain in. That is why a function like today we have is educating you, making you to know what you are supposed to do so that you are protected in the system. Then the next one we have is what we call consumer protection. This we do through what we call that is complaint management resolution. We know that when you come in, you have problem, or even if you don't have problem, anything can go wrong. We observe that there is imbalance in the financial system. The imbalance is that you are the user. The user may not be equal to the operator, which is the banks. So if anything goes wrong, if you are not protected, you may be pushed to go home. And when you go home, you will not be happy. This may discourage you from continuing. We don't want it to go that way. That is why we have the complaint resolution team that makes sure that when you have problem and bring your complaint, it will be resolved. And when it is resolved, we want you to be sure that you are satisfied before we let go. So I'm going to dwell more on what we do to protect you in the financial system. One of the things we know that happens is that there is unfair and exploitative practice by financial institutions. It could happen that they didn't tell you everything about the services you are going to take. By the time you come in, you have already gone in. By the time you know it, something has gone wrong. Then they begin to tell you what is involved. We don't want that to happen. But if it happens, be assured that we are going to protect you. There is unethical and predatory practices that undermine confidence in financial products and services. They are there. We don't need to tell you. You may even, if I give you the microphone now, you'll be able to tell me some of these predatory experiences you have had in the financial system. Inadequate or misleading information, including failure to disclose material facts, just like I said earlier. Limited access to complaint resolution mechanism by ensuring such mechanisms are free, fair, timely, and transparent, accessible, and independent. Truly, the banks have provision for you to come and make complaints. But sometimes, when they see that the problem or the issue is from their side, they may not give you adequate attention. Even if they give you adequate attention, they may go to resolve it the way it will favor them. In case they do, and they are not favored, let us know about it in consumer protection, and we'll make sure it revolves in your way. Then opaque dealing by institutions by promoting transparency and accountability in their interactions with consumers. Thank you. We say, what is your right as consumers? Right to be informed. Know it today. If there is nothing you are taking out of this room, that you have the right to be informed. How do you exercise this right to be informed? When you go to the bank for any form of service or transaction, please find out what it is all about. Don't just go because somebody told you. Go in because you know. Ask the bank staff to explain to you about the product and services you are about to enjoy so that you do not make mistake when you start enjoying it. The second one is right to choose. You must be the one who will choose. I want to open a current account. I want to open a savings account. I want to open a corporate account. I want to invest my money in this way or this other way. Don't let anybody tell you, do. Put it like this, do it like this. No. Resolve it in yourself that this is what you want to do and to do it because it is your right. Right to safety. Just like we said earlier, predatory conditions. Whatever service you are getting from the bank must be safe. It shouldn't be the one that will remove all the resources you have suffered to make all these years. And wherever a banking institution is operating must be a safe environment. It shouldn't be a condition where you as a customer is subject to unsafe condition. So we are making sure all these conditions are met in consumer protection. What are your rights as consumers? We are continuing. Right to consumer education. Financial literacy is the knowledge every one of us needs. You need to know how to save your money. You need to know how to invest your money. You need to know how to navigate every condition you find in financial services. So you need to open your mind and learn about the particular service you want to enjoy so that when you come into it, you have the confidence that you know it and you do it very well. Right to confidentiality. Nobody can tamper with your information. Nobody can leak your information to anybody. It is your right. If anybody tampers on that right, do not keep quiet. Make noise. If you draw their attention and they don't listen to you, come to the Central Bank of Nigeria Consumer Protection Department. We will make sure it's taken up and it is resolved. Like I keep emphasizing, the way you'll be satisfied. Right for redress or right to redress. Yes, we must redress it. It is your right. First of all, you must go to their bank to complain. If after complaining and they are not giving you the redress you need, you come to us. We will give you the redress. Right to be treated fairly. We all know that. So let's move on. Yes. Right to be treated equally. Nobody should undermine you maybe because of your language, maybe because of your level of education, it is not acceptable. You should be treated like every other person. You have the right to ask questions, and nobody should bring you down because you are asking questions. So, if anything like that happens, when you go to access any service, draw the attention that they are undermining on your rights. If they don't listen to you, come to us. Yes, while you are enjoying your rights, I want to also let us know that you have responsibilities. Let us look at some of the responsibilities we have as consumers. Duty of knowledge and understanding. Yes. Before you do anything, before you operate that service, know about it. Have good understanding about it. Don't learn from your own mistake. Rather, learn from other people's mistake, which have been talked about. Read what people are saying about financial services and learn from it. That is the knowledge that will help you so that when you go in, you will do well yourself. You have the duty to honor your financial obligation. In this part of the world, a lot of people go with this mindset that once they collect, they move forward to come and return back. Please, if you have been doing that, it is not a responsible behavior. You have duties as a financial service user. So know it that you must honor your financial obligations. Duty to protect financial instruments and information. This is where most of us have issues. He is my uncle, he is my sister. You carry your ATM card and give to the person, and the person will use it and return it back to you. We didn't know the person has accessed all other information in your account. He will not use it immediately. He will wait until when you have forgotten that you have shared your or open your secret information, including your PIN number, even your personal details. Some of these things you must guide them jealously, because when somebody who is not supposed to have them have access to them, they will use them against you. And when they use them against you, you may come to the bank and start complaining, and they're looking at you like you don't know what you are doing. That is why it's also important for you to be knowledgeable about what you are doing. So you are in this day being informed that you must protect your financial instrument and the information so that you will not go home feeling so bad because of experience you may have. Some people will want to oversee what you are doing when you are doing transaction. Please do not allow them. If it's possible, hide yourself, hide your processes so that nobody can see it. Your responsibilities continue. Duty to provide accurate and up-to-date information. Yes, I don't need to tell you about this. Whatever information you are given, whenever your account is being processed, must be accurate and must be up to date so that at the end of the day, it will be traced to you. Duty to report unethical practices, fraud and error. Somebody can be careless. Maybe something happened. Today is 5,000 naira that left your account. You think it is insignificant. You didn't make any report on that. Please report any unethical thing you experience in your finance, any fraud, any error. Report it to your financial institution. They must give you attention. Sometimes it begins with the little ones. If you fail to report them, the bigger ones will happen. You'll be asked, when this small one happened, So please live up to this. What happens? Financial obligations. Remember that it is a contract. The contract is that you are taking fund in form of credit facility, and you have written agreements on that. Please make sure you live up to this agreement by fulfilling your own part of the obligation. But if you don't meet up with this obligation, please go to your financial institution and discuss it with them. If it is facility, they can do what is called restructuring. With that, you'll be able to go on without problem. But if you fail to report and decide to hide away, they will remove you from the financial system. First of all, they will report you to credit bureau. The credit bureau will make sure that you cannot access financial services anywhere again. Then the last part of it is that they can also report you to the police or take you to the court, and you can be convicted. If you are convicted, you can go to jail. It is true. What happens if the financial institutions fail to meet its obligation? Make a complaint. They have not done it. Number two, obtain an acknowledgement whenever you go to a financial institution to make complaint. If they cannot give you acknowledgement, they will give you your track number of the complaint. That is what you can use to come to consumer protection. Number three, after making your complaint, wait for 2 weeks. They should be able to resolve your complaint. If 2 weeks they are not able to resolve your complaint, you can come to CBN, Consumer Protection Department, to say. That is why you need that tracking number or acknowledgement for whatever complaint you have made. What happens if financial institution fail to meet its obligation? That is our email, cpd@cbn.ng. You should have and financial inclusion department. Apart from using our email, you can deposit your complaint to a branch nearest to you, and it us. These are steps you can follow. First one, when you do your email to us, there will be an auto response for you to complete a form. Follow the link, respond to the complaint summary form. Number three, ensure that you provide all the required information submit in the form. Then number four, await resolution communication from Consumer Protection and Financial Inclusion Department. Beware of fraud and scam. We call it 419. It is saying there, fraud is when someone deliberately deceives another person to secure a monetary gain or other benefits. Fraud can be committed in person through media, example, email, phone call, SMS, and the internet. Yes, somebody will be at home and somebody will call you. I am from your financial institution. Can you do this? Can you dial this number? Can you tell me what is your BVN number? And you start reading all these things out. You didn't know it's not from your financial institution. Please don't do it. No financial institution will ask you to read your numbers. Then we have scam. Okay, let me move on. Tips to protect you from fraud and scam. Number one, keep your pins secret. Nobody should share it with you. Set time limits on your account. Set limits on your account. Don't leave your account. If you have 5,000 naira, don't leave it to 5,000 naira. Set a limit so that if scam occurs, it will not take away everything you have. It can only take the limit you have if it occurs. People will just leave it. 1 million naira there in my account. Once the thing happens, the whole 1 million naira will vanish. We don't encourage that. Set a limit. If you have 1 million naira, let it be 200,000 naira be your limit. That is what we said, minimize your own risk. Never trust phone calls, SMS, emails, asking for personal information. Protect your BVN and keep your card separate. Okay. In case anything goes wrong, endeavor to see that you blocked your account, you block your account immediately. Then report any fraud or scam to the police or other authorities. Request receipt for each transaction and regularly check your account. Block your ATM card if you lose it or if it is trapped by an ATM. Don't go and wait, because while you are waiting, anything can go wrong. Once you have observed that your card has been trapped, please rush and block your account immediately. Then internal dispute mechanism. You can do surface letter, that is normal letter. You can also do email. You can also walk into the bank and make your complaint or go to the website. If it's mobile application, you can also see a place you can make complaint through your mobile application, through social media, phone or word. Just be able to make your complaint through any of these means. How to complain effectively. Your complaint must be clear and concise to avoid ambiguity. Your complaint must contain your name, address, contact phone number, email if available. Your complaint must contain the name of your financial institution and your account number. Your complaint must have history of the transaction in dispute, date, channel, and the amount claimed. Yes, you don't do your complaint in a way that somebody will stay back and be wondering what this person is talking about. But if you follow the direction we have listed out here, definitely you'll be able to make a good complaint and your complaint will receive good attention. Then attach relevant documents as evidence to support your claim. Attach evidence that you lodged the complaint at your bank. Just like I said, this will take like 2 weeks after you have complained before you come to Consumer Protection Department. Then most of my friends have talked about financial inclusion today. I don't need to go more into it, but I want to make you to understand that these are the data we have, which has been since like 15 years when we started financial inclusion strategy. Financial inclusion rate when we started was 68%. 68%. But from that time, we got to 74% in 2023. Now, we have a target of reaching 95%, so that everybody in Nigeria will be financially included. We don't like exclusion. And we have 5 major exclusion segments that we are working hard to include. The women, youths, which are most of you here, rural people who live far away, northern Nigerian. In fact, I'm sorry about this northern Nigeria, but that is a reality. I'm sure Nasarawa is not deep in it. There is part of northern Nigeria that is deeply excluded. You are very close, and I'm sure a good number of you is financially included. Then micro, small, and medium enterprises. These people who are trading, my own shop, most of them keep the money in their shop. We want to bring them into financial inclusion. That is why they are special segments. Thank you very much for your attention. I appreciate deeply.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kenneth Amadi, for this very wonderful presentation. Now, have you ever wondered that ever since the emergence of cashless policies, you can just make transactions, buy something within a just tap, at your convenience, you buy, you sell, and so on and so forth. This is that very particular department that have been running and safeguarding your digital money. Okay? And this time around, we will have to hear from an expert from the Payment System Supervision Department, Mr. Innocent Asogwa. Please, can you clap for Mr. Innocent Asogwa from the Payment System Supervision Department? You're welcome, sir.
I thought you would murder my name like you did last time, but I forgive you for that. Good afternoon, everyone here. All protocol duly observed. I'm from the Payment Systems Supervision Department of the Central Bank of Nigeria. And what do? We are in charge of regulating and supervising all the fintech industries in the country, ensuring that there is efficient, safety, and soundness of Nigerian payments ecosystem. You all will agree with me that there's no way we can finish a fair like this without showing you those alternative payment channels that was captured vividly by our team. So without wasting much time, so what are alternative payment channels? Alternative payment channels is simply telling you that there are various ways in which you can do your transactions safe and secured within the payment ecosystem. And what are those alternative payment channels? We have mobile money, where you can make transfers using your smartphone, receive money using your smartphone. Then people will say, why? Is it only part of those who don't have smartphone? And that is why the second option, USD, is coming up. This is where you can make the same transfer, receive money without network, any type of phone at all. Then going next, POS. All of us are familiar with POS. So these are also where you can do transactions to buy, to sell, to withdraw, to even to deposit money using that channels. Then other method, we have the QR payments. That's quick response payments, where you just scan your code using your phone, and instantly the transfer will happen. Then we have agent banking. We all knows, if you go around, you see people, you see Momo and all these things having kiosks. Those are agent banking networks. But you make sure that whoever you're transacting with should be a registered, authorized agent. Then we have instant transfer, where you send money or receive money instantly, which the department is ensuring that every transfers done in this country or even outside the country from this country is safe, secured, and has traceability. You'll be able to trace. Then why financial inclusion matters? Everybody's talking of financial inclusion. Just because we want to include the unbanked or underbanked. We want everybody to have that financial access where you can do your business at ease without any trouble. So why do we emphasize on financial inclusion matters? It helps families to receive money. You can send money to your loved ones via internet, using internet or USSD without any stress. Then it helps businesses grow. Yeah, businessmen, you know, today, most people don't go with cash due to the insecurities of the nation. So many people prefer to do digital banking. You make your transfers, and we're not saying that cash is not important. No, cash is important, but digital banking payments makes it easier and faster and safer with traceability. Then it also helps communities. You know, more people can reach out to each other. You can even get government aids via digital payments. It also helps the economy. You know, by why digital payments? You will have record. Every transaction you make has record. And by so doing, it promotes growth. Everybody, businessmen and women, will have confidence in the financial system, knowing fully well that they are covered. Whatever transaction they do is traceable. So how each channels can serve the public. From this you can see, this is what we mean by the QR code. This second, so market traders, of course, they use POS, the QR, or wallet transfers. Wallets are mostly used by all the fintech industries. They create wallets. What they call their type of account is wallets. So they use that wallet to do their business, transact their business, and every other thing. Then farmers also use agent banking, USSD, or wallets to sell their products. You know, their produce they can buy and then sell at ease without being scared of their financials. Then commuters, we all know, we're all travelers. We came from one place to the other. Digital payments have made it easier for us. You don't need to carry money wherever you're going. All you need is digital banking. Do your transaction, pay for your fare ticket, everything. Buy items online or whatever using digital payments. Then students too. So we all will agree with me that digital payments has come to stay. It's the in thing now in the ecosystem. Then it says from everyday payments to economic growth. It's now telling us how digital payments brings about economic growth. More access. The more you have more access to finance, is the more you do business. The more you go into different sphere of business because you have access to finances. Then more usage. The public, you know, the more usage you have, the more growth you experience. Then you talk of more records. Like I've said before, that's records. The most important thing is it has record. You can trace whatever transaction you did, whether in 5 years back or whatever, you can always trace it. So being able to trace it will give you that confidence that yes, whatever transaction I'm doing today will be traceable anytime, anywhere. Then more opportunities. It creates more opportunities for businesses. Because it is very easy for you to transact. You can buy things online. You can transact with someone you don't even know from another state you have never met. But you consummate your transactions safe and sound. Then use digital payments safely. they have also emphasized this. My colleague from the Consumer Protection emphasized it, and likewise other people. In using these digital payments, you have to be cautious of whatever you do. You don't just say because it is digital payments, let me just do. Since I'm assured that it has traceability. No, there are limits to that. Keep your PIN. Your PIN should be your personal detail. Your ATM card, your PIN, OTP that you receive should be your personal detail. Keep it as safe as. Then confirm the name. While making transactions, you don't just say, okay, I've inputted the account number. One digit alone can cost you a lot. You may feel, okay, I have inputted the number, then you send it, it will go to another person automatically. So it is well to always confirm the recipient's name before you consummate your transactions. Then use trusted agents, like I have said before. Always make sure you are dealing with trusted agents. Agents that is regulated, is registered, authorized by financial institutions to carry out agents banking in their name. Then report in case of any, ensure to report that so that appropriate action will be taken. Then beware of this era of digital technology has cost many fortune. Scammers, they always send a tricky links to you. A link that the moment you read the caption, you will be pushed to click. No. Ensure that any link you're clicking is trusted and tested. Don't just click any link because you're in a digital era. No. Then keep records. This one, even me, I'm having a small this thing on it. They say keep all your alerts, bank informations, always keep it safe. But in this era of these things, myself, I don't advise keeping it. I only keep when I know that the transaction, there's anything wrong with the transaction. But once I'm sure the transaction have gone, I delete based on what is happening in the country. So what CBN and Payment System Supervision Department do for the payment system? We set the rules to ensure that, yes, those players in the fintech industries abide by the guidelines and rules. They don't go outside what they are supposed to do. So we have permissible activities and non-permissible activities of the fintech industry. So we ensure that they follow the guidelines and their permissible activities. Then we supervise operators, the fintech firms, mobile money operators, and national infrastructure. We have national infrastructure that is guiding all the fintech industries. Whatever transaction you do passes through that national infrastructure. So we ensure that is protected. Then products, and we protect users too. We protect users by making sure that whatever products the fintech is unleashing or bringing out to customers must be an activity that is being approved by the Central Bank of Nigeria. We don't just allow them to do whatever they like. No, there are rules and regulations in the operating industry. Then we support innovation. We support innovation, but though with carefulness, we ensure that, the world is evolving. Everything is going digital. So not because everything is going digital, we will allow anything that comes in. No. They pass through scrutiny. They must be processed and certified okay before allowing such innovation to ride on Nigeria's payment system. So if you have not gotten anything from all this our discussion today, these are the key takeaways. And should make sure that you know that digital payments have what? Gives various choices. You have various choices to make. No, but you decide which one that is suitable for you. Then digital payments gives choices. That's the one. Then inclusion means access for all. To be the financial services made available to all, irrespective of your age, your gender, or your tribe, will ensure that financial services gets to every nook and cranny of the country. Then safety comes first. Safety comes first. That's when caution is applied. Ensure that whatever you are doing it with the right and authorized dealer or agent before you do whatever you do. Keep watch. Make sure you confirm everything. Report any anomalies to your bank or fintech industry that you are dealing with. Then, finally, we know that payments support growth, like we said, by having various channels in which you can transact your business, sell your products, and do other things. It will encourage you to go into various businesses. And by doing so, you are empowered, and likewise the country. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Innocent Asogwa, for this very wonderful presentation. Now, shey una know say you get this joy where you go get if you climb bike and the bike man give you change and the change con dey cripsy. Now understand now, this kind minty. You know say they sweet. And it is sweet if you arrange them inside your wallet or your purse. Now don't ever wonder, say, how this fine money, new money, they reach where on a day for the whole 36 states. Now we are going to know how these things, how currencies are being transported through the 36 states of what? Nigeria. Please. Right? Now we're going to have the last but not the least presentation. But then I notice some of us are already getting. Now, let's do something quickly, please. Let's do something quickly. Please, can you rise your feet? Rise your feet. Rise your feet. Rise your feet. Shake your body. Okay, let's do like this. Let's do as I do. Do like this. Your shoulder, your knee. Let's go to the toes. You can now sit down. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. We are going to have from the Currency Operations and Branch Management Department presentation from another expert in person of Mr. George Wokoro. Mr. George Wokoro from the Currency Operations and Branch Management Department. Please, can we clap for him, please? You're welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. I stand on existing protocols. It's like the MC was actually in spirits because I was thinking really that everyone is tired and I wanted to tell everyone to stand before. And he has already done it. So please give him a round of applause. He's actually in spirit. Okay, so we'll just do this quickly. This is interactive. It's all about how we manage our cash, which is the naira that we have in our pockets, and how you see or perceive people, miss or malhandle, the naira notes. So we're just going to do that quickly. So this is your currency. that you are all aware of. Okay? Our currency. Thank you. This is our currency that we're all aware of. From the 50 naira to 5 naira, which are the lower denominations. And we have 100 naira to 1,000 naira, which are the higher denominations. Now, currency operation and branch management, we actually have the core mandate to issue the legal tender, and that legal tender is in naira that we know. So that's the most important part, the heartbeat of the bank. We want to make sure that there is naira available for everyone. Also understanding that Nigeria economy is cash based. We know that naira or money is king at every point in time. Okay? So these are just security features that you need to know. You can take a snapshot of it. Security features you need to know and understand at every point in time. So when you come across counterfeited notes, you get to know what to look out for. Because those counterfeiters, they are also trying their best to see how they can outsmart the bank by producing or printing money that is not authorized by them to actually print. So for the 1,000 naira notes, these are the security features. Look at them effectively. You can even take a snapshot of them so you can study them for your own, use tomorrow. That's for the 500 naira. Every one of them has a peculiar security feature. All you need to do is to look at them critically so that when you come across one or two of any counterfeited note, you know what to do. That's for the 200 naira notes, and that's for the 100 naira notes. Now, the next slide, I want you to watch a short clip. It's a video that we want to just, for you to just jiggle your mind. Okay, so before that, so now you see that we're talking about naira abuse here. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, quite well, it's funny. But sincerely, there are people who actually write on our notes, which is not proper. You are abusing the naira. And if we say our currency, our pride, or our naira, our pride, then you need to keep it such a way that you don't soil it at any point in time. Are the market women in the house? Do you have market women in the house today? Market women. Yeah, market. Yeah, kaswa. Good. So they are also people we need to educate from time to time on how to manage our naira notes. If you see the one that's soiled with oil, with engine oil, sometimes you actually see market women, when you actually buy something from them, the next minute they are. Let's manage the naira very well, because it should actually stand like that. How can you use to sweep the naira notes after spraying? These other guys, they are doing Yahoo, just giving all the steps and all that, and they're spraying the currency. That is really demeaning. So we're actually telling us today that we should see and learn how to manage and respect our currency notes. Some persons want to use it for their birthday flower bouquet or something. Money bouquet, yeah? Thank you. Very beautiful. But you are abusing the currency. That's just it. You are abusing the currency. If you actually respect what you use, I don't think that would actually run away from you. It's because we don't respect our naira most times. Most of us, we don't really have that naira at hand. Okay? Now you also see some persons are also selling our naira, which is not really normal. And all these things, they have penalties. For selling naira or counterfeiting the naira, it has penalties. So this is the video I want you to watch, just for some.
Keep well. This our naira. Now we cry.
My people, make we dey handle our naira with care. Naira notes no be writing pad. Make we no dey write on top am. No squeeze am. Arrange am well. Keep our naira clean. Keep am neat.
Handle am well. Keep am well. This our naira. Now we cry.
This message now from the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Our Naira. Our Naira. Today you are living here as an ambassador. When you go back, what you are watched today, what you have seen today, go and practice it. Forward. You see, we're talking about cash handling, and there are some presenters that actually even made mention about cash handling. Patronize your banks. Do not keep your cash at home, because keeping cash at home is actually dangerous. It could lead to armed robbery. I don't know how these people do it these days. I don't know if they have medicine in their body. They know when you're carrying cash. They know when you have cash at home. So it is dangerous to you. It is dangerous to your family. You anytime. So try and as much as possible to visit the bank and keep your monies in the bank. We talked about counterfeited notes. Now, for counterfeited notes, in section 20 and subsection 4 of Bill of Banking and Other Financial Institutions Act, you actually have a penalty of not less than 5 years. If you're caught counterfeiting the naira, you would face a jail term. And without what? Without fine, you will serve it. For criminal activities, it actually causes economic loss to victims. It undermines confidence in the naira. If you actually receive a suspicious banknote, take it to the police station or take it to the nearest CBN branch. Information on our website, just as you've seen the numbers there, it is there. You can also call, and you can also go to the website and see the guidelines on how to report such things. Mutilated notes. Mutilated notes are notes that are actually probably destroyed by fire, by water, by dye, insects, etc. However, when those notes are mutilated, there are ways you can also still redeem them. All you need to do is to take it to the nearest CBN branch, as I said. Also, go to our website. There are guidelines for exchange, which is actually provided for how to follow suit to get those mutilated banknotes sorted out. An application for adjudication is also being addressed, so you can actually address that to the Director of Currency Operations and Branch Management Department. So for the requirements for the application, you need an application letter, you need a valid means of identity, you need a sworn court affidavit, you also need a current tax clearance certificate, proof of address using your 3 months, fire service reports, was fire that damaged your currency, notes, and the police extract. Take out time to visit the currency museum. In that museum, currency comes alive. You actually get to understand the history of currency from time immemorial till dates. In conclusion, Naira note is more than a medium of exchange. It is a symbol of our national identity. Let us treat Naira notes with the utmost care and regard. Our Naira. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, sir, for Mr. George, for this very wonderful presentation. Our Naira. So, all of now where they say, as a girl, and they never give you money bouquet, you are doing what? Abusing our. If I'm thinking about money bouquet self, now abuse. Happy? So thank you very much. Please, we're going to invite all our presenters to the high table as we will take the questions and answers from them. They have had all your questions already, and it has been designated to the respective presenters, and they will attend to that quickly. All right, as we're having the last presenter, we just experienced the arrival of the representative of the Commissioner of Police, Nasarawa State, in person of ACP YB Injayo. You're highly welcome, sir. Yes, you're highly welcome, sir. Ah, he is the AC Operations Police Headquarters, Nasarawa State, right? Yes. Thank you very much. You're welcome, sir. Please, can we clap for all our presenters as they come up to the high table to attend to our questions and answers? Okay? Please, let's clap for them. Let's clap for them. This is just, don't worry, when we're done, we'll do the special clap for them. Please, let's keep on clapping for them. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to impact knowledge to us about what we need to know. So, who do we, let me pass the mic over to you. Or should we start with Mr. Kenneth or accordingly? Yes.
Okay, Chris. Some of the things they wrote here are not quite clear. I don't know. Please, I don't know if you can read some of them. Some of them are not very clear.
All right. This question is from Eguma Tadios to the CBN officials. Surprise, the tertiary institution entrepreneurship scheme requires a degree or NYC discharge certificate for loan applications. What specific CBN grants or incubation supports are generally accessible to current undergraduate running active campus ventures?
I want to thank in a special way the contributor for the question. Presently, I want to go straight. Presently, CBN is not doing any of such interventions. What CBN is doing is to grant fund to financial institutions like the development banks, commercial banks, to meet the needs of consumers. So what I can say here is that the individual could go to a bank and find out any of their product that is suitable for his need. That will be attended. In case you see one that is suitable to your need and the conditions are not very good for you, then you can come to CBN. Financial inclusion may be able to mediate on your behalf. Thank you.
Okay, and this is another question. With the increasing dependence on digital financial services, how is the CBN addressing digital literacy and fraud concerns among people in rural and underserved communities? And the second question, okay. All right. The masses have low financial literacy and inclusion. I think this also belongs to that. Okay, you? Okay. Financial inclusion. What measures, roles, and policies are CBN puts in place to activate the challenge? A bit to alleviate the challenge. Yes, I think that's.
The measures CBN has in place to alleviate problems of digital financial issues. One, financial literacy and campaign, just like what we are doing here today. We are enlightening the public so that they don't go into it without knowing. They should have a background base that will make them able to do it with confidence and will not fall prey. CBN has also put in place something like the BVN. You have your BVN, and that will help you to go into digital finance, and you'll be secured. Then what again? Yeah, at least for now, your BVN is a good support, protection for you who is operating in digital finance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kenneth.
Okay, thank you so much for another opportunity. This question says, what happened to our Kobo? It's no longer in circulation. Someone said that's right. Indeed, realistically, Kobo is not in circulation. But in our books, in our ledger, we're still making use of Kobo. That's why you see a figure 1,250,075 Kobo. Kobo is still in use. Do not think it has gone out of extinction. It's still there. But also, the question for you is, in reality, what can Kobo buy for you right now? They cannot buy anything. We are even talking about Kobo. 5 naira self cannot buy something as it is. 15 naira self, in fact, locally they will say it hard. It hard to use 15 naira buy something. So Kobo has not gone out of extinction, but it is there in our books. In your bank account, check, you have Kobo value there. But in reality, we're not using it for any transaction. Thank you.
Okay, this question says POS infiltration into the Nigerian banking system. Question, what is the CBN policy on POS regularization, as this is a trending scheme for monetary scam? The Payment Systems Supervision Department, in collaboration with Payment System Policy Department, is rolling, although is on test stage now, what we call geotagging and geofencing. Is an in-thing. This is what will ensure that POS you see everywhere will have, is registered, and will have a perimeter of where it works. It will also solve the issue of somebody carrying you from here and then take you to Akwanga and force you to put your pin and do this. No. Once it leaves that perimeter, it cannot work again. So it's a kind of what we call geofencing to ensure that every POS is traceable and it will work in a particular place at a time. Thank you. Then another question. Okay, so what measure is the CBN considering to reduce the cost of digital transactions, particularly for students and low-income Nigerians? That is where the financial literacy comes in. And you know, fintech, digital banking takes a lot of money. Though we always regulate them, we guide them. Their prices, they cannot go beyond our prices. We give them price, which they use, but we are still working on reducing the price so that it will benefit everyone, mostly the students. Then this one says, in terms of services, what does fintech bank do differently that made their service more flexible compared to the commercial banks? The answer is simple: technology. They rely on technology. So they have this technology that makes their transactions fast, and it passes through the central financial systems, so that all transactions is traceable, and is as fast as the moment you click. And that's why you are warned to confirm the user's name, the recipient's name, and ensure it's the correct person. Because the moment you click a button, it's gone. And it may take you like a week or 2 weeks before you'll be able to rectify it. So it's technology. That's the main thing, technology. Though the banks too, they are relying on them for technological services. We have some banks that are attached to those fintech firms. They provide technology services for them, while they use the banks for settlements. They have their settlement banks. Then this one said, how can COP members or ex-COP members leverage alternative payments channels like e-Naira, USSD? And USSD is commonly for your transactions. Anybody can use it. It requires just a code. Each bank has its own unique code. Once you type it, you bring it out all of these things, you fill the details, and then you make your transaction. You don't need to be on where internet is, wherever you are, so far as you have a new workable phone. Then, that's it. How can COP members? So, the answer is simple. COP members, as one of the presenters said, start small, small. Start your business small, small. Approach your bank. You have rights for a POS. You go there, they give you all the documentation. Then when you completed, then they issue you that POS. Because the fintechs don't issue POS directly. They do that through their settlement banks. So approach your bank, and they will tell you the remaining things you need to do to acquire one. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy with the questions I'm seeing here, because it shows like a lot of us want to become traders of FX and Naira. We shall all trade and we shall all make it. Amen? Thank you. So the question I have here says that where can we get in-depth knowledge and daily updates about the financial market? Yes, you can get daily updates from the CBN website. If you log into the CBN website, you go to the Economic Policy Directorate page, you see financial market. Under that, you see all the information required in terms of interest rate, NOFA, exchange rates, the government securities. All the information is there for you to look at it and make your decisions. And again, like my colleague said, you can always start small, small, and you grow big. The second question says, is there any online system built for this CBN market? If yes, what are the requirements and how can it be assessed? Yes, there's an online system. It's under the Electronic Foreign Exchange Matching System. We call it EFEMS. And under that, we have what we call the Bloomberg. So you can get information from the CBN website, or you can also go to the Bloomberg platform and get information. However, if you want to participate in the market now, you go through your banks. So if you have to buy dollar, go to your bank. If you have to sell dollar, go to your bank. The bank will provide all the required information about the trade that happened before, or any periodic data that you need to make your decisions. Just go to your bank. The bank is your friend. Then a question that came more than once, but in a different way. Do you sell shares? And is there a website to purchase it or not? The central bank does not sell shares. The central bank is a regulatory authority. We regulate other banks. If you want to buy shares, you can buy from your bank if that's what you want, or you can buy company shares, but those are regulated by the Security Exchange Commission, SEC. I'm not going to tell you which bank to invest in, but the information is out there. Financial statements are out there for you to review and make your decisions on. The central bank only sells debt instruments, such as the Nigerian Treasury bills, OMO bills, and bonds on behalf of the federal government. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. There's a question here. What do you think of legitimacy of OPay, PAMPay, and the likes? How does office regulate it? What I said it earlier that we supervise the other financial institution in which OPay Microfinance Bank is part of it. For example, they submit monthly returns. That is, their monthly transactions. We check them, and we also do what we call on-site examination. We go there, go to their banks to check their books, to ensure that they are still working in line with the license which CBN has given to them. We also do off-site regulation in which they submit their document as well. And anytime we see that they are derailing from the license we gave to them, we penalize them. And if they don't yield from it, we, at the end of the day, revoke their license and they stop operating. And so we supervise them regularly. Someone asked about, another question is example of microfinance banks that are in Lafia. I know there are several banks, microfinance banks. I know, I think Nasarawa microfinance banks, Allied, there's another one, Amber and Mab Alliance, Lapo and Co. So there are several banks. You can check online. There are several microfinance banks that you can see here. Another question here, does CBN aware of all these loan app, e.g. Fair Money, Okash? Because some either even you don't ask for the loan, they disturb you. Fine, they can do their marketing strategy, they can do it, but they will not force you. No bank will force you to take a loan. And if they do, please report to CBN. The consumer protection, they are there for you. And that's why we say CBN, we protect the depositors. No bank will force you to take a loan if you don't want a loan. And if they do the loan for you, please report to CBN. We'll take that up with you. Someone was also asked about some Ponzi schemes. I said it earlier that if a bank is not licensed, don't transact with them. Ensure this bank is licensed. Don't use all these Ponzi scheme banks. Someone asked about example of primary mortgage bank. I know there are several primary mortgage banks in Lafia as well. You can check it online. There are several of them that you can walk in. You can also get their phone number. And someone asked about, he said, given the current financial reform, what major changes in Nigeria should we expect soon? And how do young Nigeria like me contribute or the role to play to make it successful? We talked about financial inclusion. You have to be part of the financial ecosystem. Open an account, get your BVN, get your NIN, and also be financially responsible. Save money into the account, into the bank, and also you invest, you take a loan. So with this, if 100 million of people save, pay their tax, they save into the bank, it's improve the national economy. So with that, you'll be able to play your little role to improve the country's economy. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning once again. Okay, sorry, good afternoon. So my questions, most of my questions here are very similar, so I will just read out one or two. I have this question from a core member, a colleague coming up, because from the question I know is an economist. Hopefully when you come out, we'll be able to do this together. So the question is saying that Are we prioritizing superficial presentation and short-term inflation targeting over finding a structural break-even solution? And then you mentioned MPRO at 26.5%, CRR at 45%, actively constraining long-term economic health. That's Emmanuel. And a similar question from James too. Why monetary policy only works through formal financial system? Okay, so largely I think the point we've made earlier is about achieving price stability. And we've also said earlier that achieving that stability requires that you have optimal level of liquidity in the system. You don't want money to be too much, and you don't want it to be too little, because either of the two extremes will create problem. I think we've said that before. One thing I can assure you is that the central bank has visibility of the financial system, and at every point in time knows, the amount of money in circulation, have a number around what money supply is about. And then money supply is purely a function of money demand. Now, if money doesn't flow through the financial system, it's difficult to actually manage inflation. I think we've discussed that. So that's my response to that. In terms of those policies constraining long-term growth, the point is that it's about where we are currently, and as development continues, these policies will continue to go here and there, depending on the development in the system. Now, there's another question about when you save some amount of money in the bank, does the bank use it for business to get interest, or is left dormant till the period of when the owner wants it? So it's about cost, it's about, the sources and application of funds. So when there is deposits, you deposit money, there are some other people who need that deposit to prosecute investment. So they go and obtain loan. So loan is serviced with the deposit. Either way, you get interest. Either way, you get interest. Depending on fulfilling some conditions around deposits, the bank pays you interest on your deposits. Either savings deposits or fixed deposits, whichever one you have in the bank pays interest on it. If you are going to borrow that deposit from the bank, because the bank also does business with the money you have kept there, they also pay interest on the other side. So it's a two-way thing. I think the other question again is, can tackling inflation rectify the value to the devalued naira currency? Inflation actually destroys the value of your money. So the only way you can protect the value of your money is to fight inflation. And fighting inflation requires you to monitor the flow and the growth in money supply. So I think the last one I will take is a funny one. He said, using the Zimbabwean case study, why don't we print money? Since we have the products and services on ground. So this person assumes that the products are there, but he needs money to go and buy them. So, but the point to be made is, like I said, money supply is a function of money demand. The central bank will not supply money when there is no demand for it. If the products are actually there, the demand for money will come, because you need that money to buy those products. And when that demand comes, central bank will definitely respond, because they are always monitoring money demand so that they can provide the supply. And this is done proactively. So if actually the products are there and you are convinced that there is no issue with production, trust me, the supply will also come. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Sorry. A question just came in. He said, how does Ponzi scheme manage to get CBN license to display on their site to convey the public to invest with them? What is CBN doing about this? Please note that CBN does not give Ponzi scheme any license. They can display it on their site. If you see anyone, please report to CBN. CBN does not support them, does not give license to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, can we give a round of applause to our presenters? Now, sir, before you go to sit, for some of you who have sent your questions and it is not attended to here, please, it will interest you to know that all your questions will be put on the website and answers will be provided for. So if you've not followed any of the social media channels of CBN, please do now so that some of these questions will have answers for on the website. Now, can we please rise to our feet to appreciate our presenters from the presenting stage down to the questions and answers in our special way of appreciating people. No, sirs. Please sit down if you don't mind. Let's give you this now. Please, can we rise to our feet, please, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, I hope I never forget our special clap now. So that they will feel so appreciated, isn't it? So we're going to go after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Yes, so thank you very much, presenters. God bless you. We are indeed grateful for having you through this conversation for the CBN Fair 2026. As the section of question and answers we're on, we have another distinguished guest in person of Mr. Emmanuel B. Azaki, the Director, Human Resources, representing the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Education, in person of Dr. John D.W. Mamman. You are highly welcome, sir. Yes, you're highly welcome, sir. And now we will invite for the vote of thanks the committee who have tried all they could to make sure that this fair is successful. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the head CBN Fair Technical Committee in person of Uche Tobias and for vote of thanks. Please, can we celebrate? Sir, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, MC. Thank you so much, distinguished gentlemen. We are so glad to have you here and having given us your time. Let me start by thanking the management of the Central Bank of Nigeria, ably led by Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, for providing this enabling environment for us to be with you, esteemed stakeholders, today. The Acting Director, Corporate Communications and Investor Relations Department, Mrs. Hakama Sidi Ali, for the exemplary leadership and the energy with which she drives all these engagements. The host branch controller, our own good friend, Mrs. Njideka Mwabuku, and our wonderful team for having worked tirelessly to arrange for this productive forum. We are sincerely grateful. To you, our distinguished invited guests, from the representatives of the Nasarawa state government. Recently, we have had the representative of the Commissioner of Education. We are grateful that you are here. Our gallant security agencies who continue to ensure that we are safe, captains of industries, National Orientation Agency, commercial banks, microfinance banks, fintechs, agent banking operators, payment service providers, and other financial institutions here present, the academia, our gallant students. Students of Nigeria, thank you very much. National Youth Service Corps members, Copper we are sincerely appreciative for being here in numbers. Thank you so much. Chambers of Commerce, trade associations, market women groups, and indeed everybody here. We are deeply grateful for your valued presence as we hope that you are going to be the Central Bank of Nigeria's ambassadors by carrying these messages you received here in numbers. For having attended this program today, I strongly believe that you are not going back the same. You must have learned one or two things that would help you either in your personal lives or businesses and to the advancement of the Nigerian economy, bearing in mind that we have no other country than Nigeria, and collectively as Nigerians, we have to get this economy right. Special thanks also go to our resource persons and facilitators for their presentations and responses to our questions. The online team who saw to the live streaming of this event, the technical team, the Master of Ceremony, Sahel Conference Center, Lafia for making available this facility for our use, ushers for their coordination, and all service providers for contributing in one way or the other to ensure the success of this event. I say a big thank you to all of you as I wish you a safe trip as you return to your respective destinations. God bless you, Nasarawa State, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
All right. Please, can we give the head for the CBN Fair Technical Committee a round of applause, please? Let's clap for all the committee members. Yes. Now, I just have a tit-tat with the head of the committee, and he has given me a go-ahead. Now, it will interest you to know that